Hey everybody, it's Highly an Alchemist, and welcome back to Let's Play Paper Mario. In the last episode, we woke up in Goomba Village, and we were requested by Eldstar, one of the Star Spirits, to head over to Shooting Star Summit. And along with that, we have recruited Goombario as our partner, who's going to be tagging along with us. So, hopefully he should be of use to us. He needs to help us a lot if we're gonna be in this rather arduous quest. So yeah, first thing you want to do is you want to go ahead and equip the Power Jump badge. Because there are times where you're going to need it. So now we have Smash This Block. Oh yeah, that's right. In this episode we're going to be heading right over to Shooting Star Summit, which would be right over at Toad Town. So yeah, like I'm showing off here, if you just press the down C button when you have Goombario with you, he just basically describes the areas. And like I said, some other characters. And so we are back, well, we did encounter Goombas before, but I just want to go and, I do want to go ahead and show off the tattle abilities that, that Goombario does, so we can just, do this with this, Goomba here. So, what I'm gonna be doing with those, enemy encounters is that, the only, just like I do in my, well, just with my, Pokemon Red Let's Play and basically any other, JRPG games, is that, I will only be showing off the battles against the enemies that we haven't encountered before. Now, I know we've already encountered the Goombas, well, when we have Goomba with us, but that was mainly because that was mainly because now that we have Goombario with us, and I do want to be I do want to show off the Goombario's tattle abilities, or when he describes the enemies here. So those I'll give an exception, because, you know, we didn't have Goombario with us, but now that we do, then I'll just still show them off anyway, like, you know, the regular Goombas and the Paragoombas. But basically, I'll only be showing off the battles against the enemies that we've never encountered before. For the ones that we've already encountered, then those I'm going to be cutting off. So that way there, I won't make this video drag on for a lot. So anyways, so we have the Paragoombas again. Now, as for the badges themselves, I'm only going to be using the badges against the, well, I mean, I did use that badge just to show off, or just to show it off, like that, that power jump there. Because they actually do deal a lot more damage than regular jumps do. But I just want to show it off there. But from this point onwards, I'm only going to be using those badges against bosses. And like for their regular battles, I'd rather just use regular jumps because I don't have very many flower points here, or FP. Because I mean, I still have like 3 left, and out of a total of 5. So because I really do want to conserve my flower points or FP, then I'm just going to be saving the badge moves against bosses. Just for regular attacks, we won't be using the, it doesn't cost you the flower points, so I just want to save those for either special battles or just bosses. And yes, like I've been showing up before, I think like I mentioned before, you do want to make sure against those Spike Goombas, just make sure you use your hammer. Do not jump on those, because you will take damage. Oh, and also the, and also for the battles I do want to show off as well, the only other times I would show off even the, enemies that we've already encountered, those I will show off whenever we're getting close to, leveling up. Like, if I get, like, if I get just about 100 star points, and then even if it's, an enemy we've already encountered, then, those I'll be showing off, just so that way there we can, I can show you guys the kind of level I'm at. Like just when I'm leveling up. And that was a close call badge that I picked up. What that does is that whenever you're very low on health, then enemies are less likely to attack you, and they can just and they'll miss their attacks. And we have a red and blue Goomba. They're basically the Goomba brothers, and we're gonna have to go past them if we want to proceed onwards. Because apparently they were sent by the Goomba King. Goomba King. Wonder who that could be. Anyway, so here we have our, do we have... I guess our second boss, because, yeah, our first boss was against, Junior Troopa. So here we have the Red and Blue Goomba, or the, Goomba Brothers. I'm actually going to be starting off with the blue Goomba because that's actually the weaker of those two Goomba brothers, and the red one's actually the stronger ones. It's usually the reds are the stronger ones. And yeah, this is where I'll pretty much be showing off, or actually be using my badge moves. But yeah, for now I can only equip 2 badges because, or I don't know if there's actually one more I could use, but I can only be able to equip it to 2 badges because I don't have very much badge points. Oh, another thing I also want to mention as well is that I never got to mention this about you getting the first strikes. One thing you do want to be careful though is that enemies could actually give you first strikes as well. Like if you get close to an enemy, they will notice you and they will try to attack you. If they do, then they actually get the first strike, and therefore you actually do take damage in the very first part of the battle. So you do want to watch out for that. Just make sure you try to avoid the enemies trying to attack you in the overworld for them to get the first strikes, and just make sure you try as best you can to give them the first strike just by attacking them first. And that way there, you'll be able to get your own first strike, and then you just start the battle just by attacking them first. Alright, so now I'm only down to one unit of FP, which means that, I can't really use my power jump right now. And my HP is rather low, so, yeah, make sure you have, like... Because there is a, restoration item for FP, but we don't really have that yet. For now, we just have mushrooms, which just, restore HP. So that's really all I have right now. But you could actually just use those heart blocks, like the one that we just passed before. And that way there, that restores both your HP and FP. And that's actually what I'm going to do now. And so with that, we have defeated the Goomba Brothers. And yeah, usually for bosses, you get like a shit ton of star points. As compared to regular enemies, like they just give you very few star points. But for bosses, you get like 20 or about 30 star points, but basically a lot of those. Oh, and by the way, I also forgot to mention this. Ooh, mushroom. Ah, shit. That was a cock tease. It's just a Goomba the whole time. So what I didn't mention before is that if you press the Z button, you actually get a spin attack, and it, and you, get a little burst, or boost of speed right there, but you actually do stop in your tracks after that's done. So what I would suggest you do is that you press Z, and then before you actually stop, press the A button to jump. So that way there won't happen as much, and you actually, still be able to go a little faster. The kind of thing that, speedrunners like to use, just, using the forward spin. And, ooh, what kind of castle is this, or this kind of tower? Used to be a bridge here, but now it's, some sort of tower, and somebody's using that as their hideout. What is going on here? Uh-oh. Oh, who are you?
So, Mario, it's true, you've made it this far. I respect you for that. Unfortunately, this is as far as you'll ever get. Because I, the great and powerful King Goomba, will see to it that your adventure... You advance no farther.
That's adventure, sorry about that. Hahaha, yeah, you're scared alright. You wanna say you're sorry? Sure. Sorry. Not sorry. Ha! There. I'm not sorry at all that I beat you guys up.
Ready to meet my wrath, Mario? You'd better be!
Why does this scene remind me of that one scene in Monty Python and the Holy Grail? Where they throw stuff at me, but they didn't throw stuff at me at all. Alright, so, our, actually, I would say official boss battle against, for this chapter. Yeah, usually by the ends of the chapters you would have, like, actual boss battles. And so in this case, we had the Goomba King. So, what we want to do first is that you do want to go ahead and, attack the Goomba Brothers first, before attacking the Goomba King. And so, yeah, what he'll do is that he'll just, jump down on the ground and, these chestnuts, fall from the tree. So yeah, go ahead and, go and beat those, Goomba Brothers first, because, they will actually try to back up the, Goomba King. Mainly, probably to try to prevent me from attacking him, but I'm not entirely sure. I didn't take any of those chances. So now that they're gone, now we can go ahead and attack the Goomba King head on. And you know what? That's actually the kind of name I prefer. Because it's a lot better sounding than Goomboss. Well, how he's called in Super Mario 64 DS. Because, I mean, Goomboss sounds a little lamer. I kind of like the name Goomba King a little better. So, they're called Goom Nuts. I thought they were chestnuts. So, one thing you want to do is that, you want to go ahead and, you see the little bandage or tape right in that, those tree roots. If you hit that with your hammer, then the Goom Nuts will fall off from the tree, and it'll actually hit the Goomba King. And that's one kind of way to damage him. But now there's no more Goom Nuts, and I found that out the hard way. That since there's no more Goom Nuts, then the tree is kind of useless. I kind of see that as tape right there, because if it was tape, then that's probably another kind of a paper joke they use right there. Yeah, because even though it's more like it plays more like kind of like a storybook than it doesn't use very much paper aesthetics like later Paper Mario games do. But I kind of like that joke right there where they use sometimes. All right, so we have a level up, and now we have level 2. We're at level 2 right now. So every time you level up, you're given the option where you can increase either your HP, your FP, or your BP, your badge points. So what I would do is that mainly because I want to get more badge points, so that way I can be able to use more badges. Because I did play this game once and use some kind of pattern, but I wasn't able to use as many badges because I didn't have enough badge points. So what I'm going to do is that for this kind of pattern I'm going to use, I would just start off with the HP, like I just did there. And so the pattern I'll use for each level ups, I would do HP first, and then badge points, and then FP afterwards, and then badge points again, and then back to HP, and then badge points, and then you know how it goes from there. So that's kind of pattern I'm using every time I level up. So let's see how that goes here. Anyway, so step on that switch, which they definitely told us is pretty dangerous.
Mario, good fight and all that, but I must warn you, however, if you happen to find a strange switch somewhere, you should definitely not press it. It's dangerous. Understand? You what? You already pressed it? Oh no!
Oh hey, the dialogue right in front. I actually kind of guessed what the dialogue was going to be. Wow, that was a kind of lucky guess. They knew. Anyway. And so with that, then, I guess it could be another bit of a paper joke, because it's kind of, unfolding itself like cardboard.
Looks like Team Goomba's blasting off again!
And so, now we can cross the bridge, and we can proceed onwards. But yeah, like I'm saying there, then, that's the kind of pattern I'm going to be going for. Oh yeah, these are star pieces. We're not entirely sure what they're for just yet, but we will see, or see for them later on, but they have a use for something. But again, we'll get to that a little later. But yeah, that's the kind of pattern I'm going to go for when it comes to increasing my kind of stats for every time I level up. So you are given so it's basically your kind of choice to do so. But yeah, I do want to use more badge points, so that way there I can be able to use enough, or more badges there, or just be able to equip them all. Because later on, the game very much actually wants you to be able to use your badges. But from one of my playthroughs, I didn't quite have enough badge points, because I kind of went like it's that kind of pattern, like HP and then FP and then badge points and then that onwards. But I ended up not having enough badges, and it turns out I actually do need more badges. So I'm gonna try to use as much badge points as possible, or use more badges, because we're probably gonna need those. So that's the kind of pattern that I'm gonna use from now on. So anyway.
What? Unbelievable! What was Goomba King thinking? I used to start out to make him a king because he begged me, and Mario whips him so easily? What a wimp! Kimmy Goomba, you are sure that Mario can never defeat us, right?
Please, Irvile, let's try to be calm. Goomba King is small time. I had a feeling he'd fall. It doesn't matter, because while you hold the star rod, you are definitely invincible. You could beat Mario with one claw tied behind your back.
Yes, very good. By the way, Goomba Goomba, those star spirits we captured don't have any way of giving Mario the power, do they?
Please don't worry yourself. Each is held separately, and each is carefully guarded by your hand-picked subjects. Even Mario can't save all 7 of the star spirits.
Who's the closest star spirit to Mario? It's one of the Goomba Brothers' forces, right? If Mario somehow reaches there, can the Goomba Brothers defeat him?
King Bowser, you mustn't worry.
What the? Who's there? Here come the Goomba Brothers! Uh-huh, oh yeah, we're the coolest cool!
Psst, Goomba Goomba, are you sure these guys can get the job done? That Goomba King was gigantic and even he couldn't beat Mario.
Pshaw, get real, King Bowser! Yeah, the Goomba King was huge, but he was a total wimpola. We're nothing like him. See, what we got going on is the power of teamwork. Together, we can put the hurt on Mario in seconds flat.
Excellent! That's the spirit! Set it, Goomba Brothers! Show our king that special attack you do so well!
Yes, ma'am. Ready, everybody? Turtle power!
Oh, oh! This is... oh!
How'd you like it? King Bowser, how was it?
Oh yeah, excellent, really! I'm not easily impressed either! Mario won't have a chance if you finish him with that attack!
We'll take him, King Bowser.
By the way, my Goomba Brothers, about to capture Star Spirit I've locked up in your fortress. Who's guarding him right now?
Nobody, sir. You know, we're here at so...
You idiots! Use your heads! Get back to the fortress and guard that Star Spirit!
Well, so, I guess after Shooting Star Summit, then, our first stop afterwards would be, the Goomba Brothers Fortress, and this is where I'll, end this out right here. So, anyways, so next on our Let's Play Paper Mario, we're, gonna continue on heading over, well, we're gonna be heading over to Toad Town, and then to, Shooting Star Spirit, and then, we'll see what the Star Spirits want from us. So, yeah, I'm still using my, or Bowser's, Sunshine voice, so, yeah. If you don't like it, get used to it, because, you know, I just felt like doing it, just for shits and giggles. So, anyways, until next time, see you guys later.